Alright. Still got about an hour and a half left today, so still plenty of time to do some mining if we need to. I'm gonna just go ahead and wait for this blood moon to go away, though. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright. Managed to take a relatively quick pee. Um, and the blood moon's still not quite over. Kind of annoying. Whatever. There we go. Oh, hey. Jackal. Jackal the sniper. Any tips for the game if you're new? Kind of tough to give out good tips for the game because this is kind of just a hard game to play in general. But I would say if you don't mind using the wiki, then feel free to use the wiki. I think if there were any game to use its wiki on, this is probably one of them. If you don't want to use the wiki and you kind of want to learn everything as you play, then I would say talk to this guy as much as possible, especially in the beginning of the game. Because the game is not going to tell you what to do at all, but this guy's going to give you a bunch of tips. So, like right here it says, I'm here to give you advice on what to do next. It is recommended that you talk with me anytime you get stuck. So if I talk to him, he's going to tell me some stuff that might help me. He's going to say, like, I hear a race of lizard men live in the jungle. Maybe you can get the attention of one by felling a giant beast in the jungle. Which is pretty vague, but you get the idea. He's trying to tell you to head to the jungle biome and probably kill a boss in here at some point. Which, to be fair, is still pretty vague. Not very helpful, but, you know, it's better than nothing. So, you know, he'll cycle through a lot of different dialogues and tell you a bunch of different tips. If not that, though, you can also bring different materials to him. Like this lens here. You can bring different materials to him and he will tell you different things that you can use that material for. So if I want to build like this weapon here, he'll tell me that I need 2 lenses, a black lens, and souls of sight, which he will not tell you where to get those things, but he will tell you that these things will make this weapon. So again, if you don't mind using the wiki, I would recommend using the wiki in combination with this guy. But if you're looking for like a blind playthrough, just talk to this guy a lot and just do a lot of exploration. And you should be able to get through most of the game like that, honestly. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but you should be able to get through a lot of the game just kind of walking around and finding stuff on your own. Sorry if that was confusing, but like I said, it's not really the easiest thing to play this game, so giving tips is kind of hard. Alright, let's go ahead and try to fight this boss a few more times. We probably want to do like 5 more attempts if we don't actually kill it. If we end up not being able to kill it, we'll just go ahead and mine some hellstone and upgrade our stuff. Oh! Ah! Oh, I forgot to replace the ebon stone with platforms. That's my bad. Gotta remember to do that. So what is really going on here? We've got the boss, which is teleporting around. He's spawning like these like eyeballs that shoot out these green flames. But also he's spawning around these like clouds that shoot out poison rain, and also these like other things that follow me really quickly. Those things. Okay, so there's a lot of different crowds of enemies that are kind of going around at the same time, and then he switches phase It looks like he's just chasing us and circling around us while spawning these, like, spitballs or whatever they are. But there's not really that many enemies that he's spawning at this point. Alright, that's fair. Alright. Let's go ahead and replace those demon altar blocks with platforms, if we can. Like I said, we should be able to now, because I believe the block swap... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, I believe that block swap mechanic works based off of the pickaxe power of your currently equipped pickaxe. Meaning we weren't able to do this before, but we can now, because we have a different pickaxe equipped. Okay. That's about half of them, I believe. We still need a few of them over here. Yeah. Again, this does not mean we can just get rid of these yet. Even with our meteor ham axe, if we try to get rid of these, we can't. It'll just hurt us every time we try to do that, so. They're definitely here to stay. We can at least place their blocks with platforms so we don't get caught on the ebon stone every time. Alright. Well, that should be fine now. I believe, if I remember correctly, all this stone here, at least most of it, over time should be turned into ebon stone. So we shouldn't have to worry about this that much longer. I'm gonna ban you, chatbot. Chatbot promoting fake viewers like they do. Alright. Let's go and find another tumor. Try again. We're gonna stick to the same strategy, using the star cannon and switching over to the space gun during phase 2. Now, the other time we did get close to 50% health, and you know, 50% health for a boss often will trigger some kind of second phase, so I'm guessing, or I guess in this case it's a third phase, so I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of third phase once we get to 50% health. I don't know what that means, I don't know what it's going to look like, but do you think that's going to happen? Kind of patrolling around the surface until one of these things spawns. Keeping an eye on my rare creature detector, whatever it's called, my radar, I think. Life form analyzer, that's the one. Ooh, oh, there's one. Where is it at, though? Down here? Probably not. Here? Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright, so we should have a much easier time running around here. We don't have to actually force our dodges in a certain direction anymore. It's pretty nice. Seems like pretty much any attack he does also kind of inflicts damage over time, which is a bit of a problem. You notice the fire he shoots is like a green version of Shadow Flame, where it just kind of lingers for a while and does a lot of damage over time. And this stuff, the green balls, I think they give us poison, which is also damaging us over time. So getting hit with basically anything is pretty lethal for us. So we might just have to go and upgrade our stuff so we can withstand more damage without dying. We also probably have enough plants at this point to get some more potions going, so we can combine the effects of them, so we can save some space, which is not really pertinent to the boss particularly, but it would just be nice to save some space. It might also be better for us during the boss fight if we just keep on this outfit because of the speed boost for that second phase. Seems like the higher speed kind of trumps out damage in that case. So we can probably just keep using the star cannon or switch out to the fungicide. Switch out here. That way all this stuff starts to seek. We don't have to actually aim so hard. I think the goal is to get the boss down to 50% health so we can start to see what happens at that point. Or not. Or not. That was pretty good, though. I think that was a bit easier than what we were doing before, though, so I'm going to keep doing that for sure. Excuse me, sorry. I finally started drinking my ginger ale, and it's already improving my sinuses as I speak. It might even be fine to use this thing during this phase, because maybe the spores from the fungicide actually take out most of these enemies pretty quickly. Maybe. I don't know. go. Man, there was some good dodges in there. Didn't really see what I got caught on just there, but probably a spitball. Oh my god. I hate how many projectiles there are. It's really hard to see where I'm dodging. We are getting better, though, I think, with the fight. I really just want to see what happens at 50% health before we get a bunch of hellstone. If we're lucky, the boss actually might get easier as it goes on. I doubt that's going to be the case, but always could be. You never know. We gotta clear out these gravestones too before they become a problem. They're gonna start spawning in ghosts and wraiths, I think, if we don't clear them out soon, so gotta do that at some point. Oh, whoa! By the way, I don't know if I said it or not, but this is a Calamity boss. So, I'm definitely less familiar with this boss than I am with all the vanilla bosses. And I'm not too sure what we get out of this guy. We're still not at 50% health, though. I would have thought that would have been enough, but not quite. That's tough. That's tough, man. Alright. I think maybe we should actually switch out the fungal clump for stress pills or the worm scarf that we got last time. The worm scarf just reduces damage taken, period. So we can use that to survive longer, or we can use the stress pills, get adrenaline faster for more damage. So we'll try to each one. Where is it? I saw it pop up here for a second. It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we'll try the worm scarf for a bit. And if we still die pretty quickly, then we will try the stress pills. It does seem like we are getting adrenaline semi-reliably. Like, not every attempt, but there are a good amount of attempts where we have gotten adrenaline, so. I do think it would be nice to get more adrenaline if possible. There we go. Look at that. Oh yeah, phase 3. Here we go. Alright. What do you do? What are you doing? A lot of... What is this? What is happening? What am I... What? What? What just happened? He spawned a bunch of clouds, disappeared, trapped me, and then started circling me again. Alright, so this probably is going to be a bit of a tricky boss fight then. Alright, let's try one more time. We're going to put on stress pills instead of the worm scarf. And regardless of what happens here, because I'm sure we won't actually kill the boss this time, but we're just going to the underworld and get some hellstone. See how that helps us. This music is crazy. This almost sounds like something I would just listen to from like a progressive metal band that I like. Should have used my adrenaline. Kind of brain farted. Woo! Really moving. Alright, that's fine. I don't think stress pills are going to help us too much. I think the worm scarf would be better if we're going to use, you know, either of those accessories. Let's go ahead and go underground. and get some hellstone. Still have that available to us. Just gonna keep all this in our inventory for now. We'll grab the obsidian skin. We can do that. I believe we have. Do we have a swimming power, the flipper power? I know we have a flipper accessory, but it'd be cool to just have that potion power. We have gills. We have how many flipper potions do we have? 3. Ah. Yes. How wonderful. Alright. So then we're gonna have to swap out one of these for the flipper so we can actually swim inside the lava.